Hey Floss Tube, it's Caitlin here, Cross Stitch Kate here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Happy New Year, happy 2024. We are officially in the month of January. It's very exciting. So I'm looking forward to the year. I hope everyone had a happy and safe holiday and everyone's just kind of getting into the swing of things here. I am filming this on January 1st, New Year's Day of 2024, and I have about an hour of daylight left. So we will see how far I get today. I might be breaking this video up into a couple of different filming sessions. So you have stumbled upon my WIP Parade. So I am here to tell you and show you all of my WIPs that I am taking into 2024 with me. My last WIP, my latest WIP I should say, was started last night on New Year's Eve. I tried to make it to midnight and I just couldn't do it. So I started my New Year New Start project still in 2023, but I will be working on it this month. So I took a look back. So I've been doing FlossTube for 1 year. I started my channel on January 2nd of 2023. And I took a look back at the first part of my first video, which was my WIP Parade. And I started the year last year with 20 WIPs. Everyone, I am coming into 2024 with 52 WIPs. Editing Caitlin here. Just an FYI, I do not have 52 WIPs. I, in fact, have 53. After watching this WIP Parade, it was discovered that I miscounted, and I have 53 WIPs. So as I refer to 52, no, it's really 53. Okay, bye. This has been quite the year for me. I have started so many things. It's kind of hard to wrap my head around it. To be fair, 20 or maybe 22 of those WIPs were started in the last 2 months of the year. I started a bunch for my birthday and then I did the 12 by 12. So I've got a lot of WIPs. A lot of them don't have a ton of progress, but they're WIPs nonetheless. They are my works in progress, and for this coming year, my plan is to really focus on what I have started and to limit my new starts the best I can. So, what else do I want to say? Why don't I just start by telling you all a little bit about myself for those of you that may not be familiar with my channel. I'll just do a super short little kind of rapid fire intro. So my name is Caitlin. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota with my she's 6-year-old dog Birdie. I am a school social worker. I work in an elementary school. And let's see, I've been stitching, well, I learned to stitch as a kid. My grandmother taught me, and I got back into it. It was a COVID hobby for me. So I got back into it in, I think March or April of 2020, and I've been going strong ever since. I found FlossTube, I think the summer of 2020, and have just been kind of obsessed since then. So I love cross stitch. Some of my other hobbies include, let's see, walking the lakes. I live in Minneapolis, like I said. I live very close to the chain of lakes here in the city. So Birdie and I like to walk the lakes when it's nice out. I am a reader, and let's see, go to concerts, go to dinner, go to happy hour, hang out with my friends, see my family, that kind of goodness. So that is a little bit about who I am. So welcome if you're new. If you're not new, you already knew all that stuff. But sometimes, you know, there's a lot of floss tubers out there. So sometimes it's good to have a little reintroduction. Let's see. I thought I would start. I'm gonna get into it quick, I promise, because with 52 WIPs, this is gonna be a long one, I know it. But I thought I would start with just a few stats for the year, which was kind of fun. So I kept track of all of my WIPs in my book of days. this year. This is my first year using a book of days, and it was so fun. I decorated, I put stickers, and just now I went ahead and I counted up how many days I actually stitched in 2023. So I got the grand total, and it was 260 days out of 365 days. So that's pretty good. I want to improve that this year, obviously. I took a look at the month that I did the most stitching, and that was January of 2023. I stitched for 30 days. And then my least stitchy month was October, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I thought it would be September. But in October, I only stitched for 16 days. So those are my stats. Let's see, like I said, I have 52 WIPs on the go. In 2023, I finished 14 things, not a ton. And I had 39 new starts. So it's been a busy year. What they say is true. When you start a floss tube channel, you start all the things. So I did a lot of fun like stitch alongs with new friends that I've met throughout the community, and just all kinds of goodness. I've got Birdie here checking out her toy box. So hopefully she's a good girl this video, right, Bird? Oh, she's gonna get a bone. All right, let's roll right into the WIP parade. I'm gonna do this from in chronological order, so from oldest WIP to newest WIP. Right, so grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself some stitching, and let's go on this journey together. I've got a little mocktail here. I've got sparkling lime water and orange juice. It is quite delicious. So let's do this. So my oldest WIP is from April of 2021. She is the oldest. I will try my best to show my project bags, and some of them I know who they're from, some of them I don't. Most of my project bags are from Colleen over at Patchwork Crossing. She makes the best bags. She doesn't have tons of them. I think she's a busy lady. And I snatch them up whenever I see she has a new posting. But she's over on Etsy. But she makes my favorite project bags. I have a lot of bag makers that I buy from, but Colleen is kind of my top one that I love. Just because they're big. They fit in 11 by 11 Q-snap. Anyway, this is my bag for Sea Glass. So this is a Carolyn Manning. Like I said, this is my oldest WIP. Started this in 2021, and it is gorgeous. I love those teals. And here is my progress on Sea Glass. I don't have any of my projects ironed. I hope that is all right. And if it's not, well, can't do anything about that. Here is Sea Glass. So let me take a look. Sea Glass is, I have Pattern Keeper for some of these things. So I will tell you my percentage if I can find it. But Sea Glass is at 49.3%. So I am 50% done. And you might be saying, how? Look at how close you are. Well, this isn't the complete square. So I need to come out about that far and then go up like probably this much more. So I started at the bottom left corner and then have just kind of been filling in. So love that one. It's beautiful. So I'm for sure this is going to be one of my focus projects in May for Manning May. And I would really love to finish this year. This is my oldest WIP. I want my 2021 WIPs to be, you know, finishing up here. I have quite a few 2021 WIPs, but this is probably my farthest along. So that's number one. I'm gonna try to edit out most of my zipping and unzipping, but if you have headphones on, just know that you might hear some. So this is number two. This is Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. I love this pattern so much. I started this, this was a birthday start for me in 2021, so November of 2021. And it's gorgeous. I know so many people have completed this one. This one is also in a Patchwork Crossing bag. Look at those gorgeous red flowers. And here is where I am. so I have the house kind of outlines. Oh, and you know what? I didn't tell. Okay, I'm gonna get better at saying my fabric count and my threads. So for sea glass, that was on 32 count light mocha with the called for DMC. This one is on a 38 count Early America by Barbarall Creations on Etsy. And here is what I have so far. So I started to frame out the house and I have a little bit of border. I love this fabric. It's like a beautiful pink kind of mottled fabric with some brown tones in it as well. And it's beautiful. I'm using the called for threads, which is, you know, as Brenda does. She has a mix of, I think I have Weeks, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Arts. So I think this is gonna be beautiful. I am subbing out the pink for the house. Instead of the conch, I am using, oh my gosh, I am using Choublé, which is this, sorry, all my threads fell off. It's this really pretty pink. So once I start filling in, I will use that. Otherwise, it's all as called for. WIP number 3 is in a really beautiful Christmas bag from Fern & Gilly, another Etsy designer. Makes beautiful bags. I love the fabric that this bag maker uses. So that's a really beautiful one. This was started in December of 2021. I think this was a New Year's Eve start. Editing Caitlin here. I never actually say what this WIP is. It's Heaven and Nature Sing by Kathy Barrick. Okay, enjoy. And here's what I have. So I've got those little cardinals on the back of the deer. I love this one, and a little bit of the yoke, the kind of like wreath around its neck. This is on a 40 count mallow, and it's a really beautiful, just kind of creamy color. So I wanted to get more done this holiday season of this gorgeous chart, but this is the focus piece for next year as well. It's beautiful. Love that one. Oh, and it's by Kathy Barrick, if you didn't already know that. And there's my progress. All right, now we're gonna get into my 12 by 12 starts that I did in 2021. I did 12 pretty big projects for my 12 by 12 in 2021. I don't know why I chose to do that, but I still have about, I think I have 7 left from that year that I haven't finished yet. So this is my next bag. It's a really cute bee bag, and this is one of those bag makers that I do not remember. This is a one-time purchase. I don't remember the maker, but it was an Etsy maker. And this chart is Antonio by Satsuma Street. This is a seasonal series, and I do have all of them kitted up. I have summer complete, still have spring and winter to go. But I love this one. This is probably my favorite one. Satsuma Street, Jody Rice just has such a gorgeous, gorgeous way with color. And they're so bright and bold. So, let's see, I'm just gonna hold this one up. This is on a 32 count Harvest Moon Lugana from Color and Cotton. And it's a beautiful, beautiful color. It's kind of like a golden color. And this is what I have. I've got 2 full blocks completed and then started on another, but the leaf is the center. So I've still got quite a bit to do on this one. If I just sat down and, did it, the summer one did not take me very long to do. So that's Antonio. Up next, this is actually the same bag maker as the one that you just saw. Again, I don't know who it is, but look at these cute little pigs. Aren't they adorable? Oh, and I label all of my, because I think I only have one vinyl front project bag, but I label all of my projects with these just little gift tags that I tie on with twine, so that when they're all sitting on my shelf, I know what is in each bag without having to open each one. Okay, but this is Bloomers from Ink Circles. It's a really gorgeous one. It's a really pretty mandala. Sorry for the glare. I hope this lighting is okay. We're already starting to get dark here. It's like 3:30 p.m. All right. This was, well, you know, this was a 12 by 12 start. And it is on a gorgeous piece of Sprite Lugana from Picture This Plus. And here is what I have. This is a 32 count. So I'm doing this 2/2. It's really, really beautiful. And so I added in some, did I add in some greens? Yes. So if you can see on the photo, it's a lot of golds and browns. And when I started, I struggled for a little bit when I worked on this project this year, because the browns just did not look right to me. And so I decided to sub out the browns for greens. And it's just going to be more of like a botanical floral piece. So I love the way this is looking. No, I don't have this on Pattern Keeper. This is probably, I'm going to say like a third of the way done. Maybe not even that. So pretty. But it's not a huge piece. So I just kind of need to do, I have that inner cross completed. So I need to do the rest. But this one is so fun to work on. I don't mind. I know a lot of people don't love doing mandalas because of the repetitiveness, but I don't really mind it. Or I don't so far. I have done a ton of ink circles. I've done, I think, one. Actually, I've done 2 other ones, and I've enjoyed both of them. Using the called for DMC, except for the greens. Change the browns to greens. If anyone has any questions on things that I'm not saying, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below, or send me an email too. My next WIP is a beautiful one that you know and love. It is Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. So, so pretty. And it's huge. It's 435 by 363. And like I said, I've been working on this since December of 2021, and this is what I have. The smallest start ever for 3 years, no, 2 years, I guess. Started this 2 years ago, and this is what I have to show for it. This is on a gorgeous, gorgeous count, or fabric. It is 40 count ballet slippers by Fox and Rabbit, and it looks like ballet slippers. Like a peachy pink. It's gorgeous. And I am using all of the called for colors, which is a ton. It's a mix of Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks. And it is so beautiful. I have this in a gorgeous patchwork crossing bag with strawberries on it. Love that one. That is also going to be a focus piece this coming year. I think in April maybe. I think I made focus pieces out of a lot of my older projects. So hopefully you will see some progress. All right, next up is a really fun one. I don't have a picture, so I'll put a picture here. This is Santa's Trip by Barbara Anna. And I was really hoping to work on this past year, but I did not have time to do so because I was starting 5 billion things. But this is a gorgeous piece. This is on a 40 count Misty Rain from Lakeside. I used to have a lot of Lakeside. It's looking a little bit white, but it's a really beautiful kind of light blue. And so I have the frames of all of the little sections, and then I just have a little baby start on the first square and a little bit of the border. The border is kind of intense, so, but I love this one. I think this is gonna look awesome when it's done. I have so many WIPs and such small starts. That's okay. I'm using the called for DMC on this, doing it 1 strand over 2. And I have another patchwork crossing bag from Colleen. This one says letters to Santa. It's very cute. Next up, another patchwork crossing bag. This is a big one. I actually have quite a bit of progress on this. So this is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. I'll put a picture up from Carriage House Samplings. I am doing this project on a 40 count, I think it's a raw, 40 count raw linen. And I have 3 full blocks complete. That is showing up beautifully. So this is the one that I did this year. I did the other 2 in subsequent years, or past years. Subsequent, only in the future. I don't know. It's January 1st. Words fail me right now. It's been quite a week. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this one so much. As you might have noticed, I did take out, there are 2 Halloween two Halloween squares that are supposed to be going right here, but I took out the Halloween ones. So instead of 12 squares, this one will only be 10. And I have a huge piece of linen. It's a big, tall half yard, because I started at the bottom and it goes up vertically. So I'm gonna have tons left over. And actually I'm really hoping, well, I don't know if I'll have enough actually. I should have started over a little bit more. What is with this margin? It's huge. Because I do have spring at Hawk Run and I would love to do that in the same fabric. This is great. It's like very sturdy fabric. It's just like super heavy, but it's easy to work on. So there is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm doing this, like I said, 40 counts, 1 over 2. Wouldn't that be something? My next project is in a bag that I made that you can probably tell because it's so bad. A couple of years or a couple of summers ago, I decided that I would try my hand at making bags, and I bought a sewing machine, and this was the first thing I sewed. And while it's functional, because it is, the zipper's on, it is a very poorly constructed bag, but I guess it was my first try. So I've only made 2, and that's probably all I'm gonna make. Not my thing. But I did use Liz's bag making tutorial that I'm sure all of you have watched. It's fabulous. Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. And this project is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. So pretty. Again, this is a 12 by 12 start. I am doing this, actually this is the one project that I don't have written down what I'm doing this on. I am guessing it is a Picture This Plus, but I don't know which one. But that's what I have. Sorry for the wrinkles, but I have quite a bit done. I have the whole house complete. I used all the called for threads, and I must not have gotten a very variegated brown, because in the picture it is like super stripy and cool looking. I don't know if you can see that. And mine is just like really solid, which is fine, but I kind of like the variegated look better. And I just have the pumpkins done, so I need to work on the sides and then the stars, and then I will have this one complete. This would be great if I could get this finished. I believe that this is on my WIP Go this year, and my goal is to finish it. It's been too long. I'm using like I said, the called for Fancy Floss, which is a mixture of Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks. My next project is in a little Fern and Gilly bag. Isn't it pretty? It's like this pink, rose gold tones bag. This is housing, I'm gonna put a picture, this is housing Fall Pumpkin. And Fall Pumpkin is from an Etsy shop called Craft Cottage Loft, but I believe that they are not a shop anymore. I just have a small start on this one. This is the last of my 12 by 12s from 2021. So yay, we're getting out of 2021 now. But this is on a 40 count Crunchy Leaves by Color and Cotton. Gosh, the colors are coming through so nicely right now. But this is gorgeous. So this is a monochromatic piece, and I'm doing this with Color and Cotton Pale Ochre. So this beautiful cream color, and I think this is going to be a gorgeous effect when I have more of it done. This is my January WIP Go call, so I will be getting some progress. I think my goal is to get to 10% because right now I'm pretty sure that, let's see, what's it at? It's at 0.95%, so not even one. This is a bigger piece, but it's gonna be beautiful. So let's try to strive for 10%. I think that's totally doable. All right, next is a sad start. This is in a bag that I got from the Black Needle Society. This is one of the Stars Hollow retreat bags. And this is my Mirabilia. This is my first Mira. And this is Botanical Gardens. Sorry for the glare. Gosh, this light is just really, it's making me look good, but not making my charts look good. Just a really pretty lady with a flower crown. Wow, my Mirabilia is like bent out of shape. I have one length of thread in on this, and it's on horrible fabric. It's on a witch alt, but it's like, can you hear that? It's just awful. It's called A Touch of Pink from Witch Alt. And can you even see this? It's like reflecting the ring light. I have maybe 15 stitches. Can you see that purple? That's it. That's what I have. I was contemplating switching things up because I really hate this fabric. It's like wicker. I was wondering if maybe I would change it. Look at this gorgeous Mystic Fabrics. It's called Please Scream Inside Your Heart. Amazing. Lugana. How gorgeous is that? Now, the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that there's so many pinks and purples in this. I wonder if this fabric will lead to them all to blend in. Oh, but probably not. Maybe I'll restart this. The Runner Stitcher, Andrew, is starting a My First Mira sale. I believe they're starting on January 8th. So maybe I'll restart this on January 8th because I don't know if I can deal with that. But I'm using just all the DMC. I have all the beads. I think I got a bead pack from Abby at Top Knot Stitcher. I think she had this in stock a couple of years ago when I bought this. So that's exciting. But yeah, I would love to like get some actual work on that because that's a beautiful one. I think this is like a newer Mira too. When did this even come out? I don't know. It must have been 2021 since that's when I started this in 2022. Sorry, we've moved on from 2021. We are now in the 2022 era, and I actually only have 2 projects from 2022. So it's that one, Botanical Gardens. And then my second one is in a bag maker that I don't remember. Oh wait, I do. It's Penny PT Bags. I think that's Penny and Tunny. It's a really cute little pumpkin bag. And this is Things of Autumn. Here's a photo of it from Posy Designs, who is Alicia Paulson on Instagram. And this is a WIP Go call for January as well. My second one. So my January WIP Go had an autumn theme this year. But this is going to be a finish. So mark my words. in the month of January, I will finish this. This is what I have. It's really beautiful. Little autumn motifs. So this project is on a 32 count antique ivory Belfast linen, stitching it 2/2 with the called for DMC, of which there are a lot of colors, but it's such a cute effect. This is also part of a seasonal series. I have the summer and spring parts complete and FFO'd. I hang them up seasonally, so I would love to get this finished. And then I can start on winter. So that marks the end of 2022. So gosh, how many projects? I think we've gone through 12 WIPs and now we're in 2023. And so the rest of my 52 WIPs are from this year, or this past year, which is just crazy to me. My little basket has, I think, 2 more projects. All right, so this next one is one of my favorite starts of last year. I had a lot to choose from, and this was definitely one of my favorites. This is the Beatrix Potter sampler, charted by Strictly Stitchy. No, Stitchy Box? I can't remember. But a lot of people started this last year. Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World started that stitch along, and I believe started it on the 1st of last year as well. This is stunning. I need to get back to this year. Let me see how far I am on this project. I am 22% complete. Where did my little pins go? I'm losing stuff. Oh, there they are. Oh, I'm gonna show you my bag. Another patchwork crossing. So pretty. This project is on a 40 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And like I said, I'm 22% complete. This is a monochromatic sampler. And I am using a beautiful color in cotton. Let me show you what I have. So I have the top section kind of completed, the top corner, and then I went all the way down, and this is the bottom now. So I made sure that I had enough. I have kind of a small margin on top, but I have enough. But this is Color and Cotton Cypress Mulch, which is just a beautiful, like brownish, purpley mauve color, and I love it on this fabric especially. Unfortunately, this is a special edition, so I don't believe this is a permanent color, but I bought enough. I can probably do a whole nother, whole nother sampler. But look at that. Look, gosh, I love a Quaker. That is gorgeous. So 22% done. I would love to get to halfway this year. That'd be great. That's a good goal, 50%. These little motifs actually go relatively quick if you just put some time into it. I'm doing that 1 strand over 2. All right, and then in January of 2023, I also started Hannah Ann Wallace, which is an antique reproduction. It says with adaptations from With by Needle and Thread. This is a glossy one. I love this sweet little sampler. It is so pretty. Oh, so here's the antique. I love it. Oh my goodness. I wish I had more done. I am using a Vicki Clayton silk conversion on this one, which I am so glad that I am. Vicki Clayton silks, if you have not used them, are amazing. So let's see, back in January I got that pack, and it just makes this look stunning. So here's what I have on Hannah Ann Wallace. This is stitched on a 36 count white tee linen from Color and Cotton. Oh, I love this linen. If I can find more of this year, I might have to buy some. It's just a beautiful creamy white. But look what I have done, this beautiful berry bowl. Oh my gosh, it's just like the silks are so soft and shiny. Love, love, love them. So I'm doing one strand of silk, and I just have, there's not very many for this project. So I just have my silks in this little like mini button box, and it works great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 colors. Look how shiny. Like, check out that shine. They're gorgeous. So, this is Hannah Ann Wallace. This is on my WIP Go board for this year, and I have, my goal is to get a finish. So not quite sure if that's gonna happen, but I've got the alphabet down on top, and I just need to do some motifs. There's a lot of negative space on this one, so it's a possibility. It's within the not ridiculous realm of me finishing it. We'll see what happens. Oh, and this bag, is this Como Stitches? I'm almost positive it is. It's not. I love Como Stitches, but this is Sheba Designs. Love Sheba Designs. This is my only Sheba Designs bag, actually. But Melissa, go check out Sheba Designs on Etsy. But look at it. It is so gorgeous. Look at all those little cute woodland creatures on this pink bag. Wow, love that. Next up, I have another Penny and Toonie bag, which is like these vintage Valentines. How cute is that? Let's see, this WIP was started the last day of January 2023. And this was another stitch along. So I'm in my stitch along era now. But Marjorie from Marjorie Made started this stitch along, and it is the Love Bug sampler from Sprouting Lupine Designs over on Etsy. I started this on a 40 count Salt Rock by Color and Cotton, and I just have a very small start. You can, you know, the white doesn't show up great on this fabric. Yeah, it just doesn't. The whites are like right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's my whites. But yeah, there's Love Bug. So pretty. Sorry, people are watching me. I need to close my windows maybe. It's really creepy. They're not just standing there watching me, but you know, they're walking by wondering what I'm doing here with the ring light and showing fabric. I am using a Color and Cotton conversion, but I stayed very true to what the colors are, and I am 11% complete with this. So hopefully I will work on this some more in the Valentine's season in a month or so. All right, another Penny and Toonie bag I must have placed in order around the same time. But I have From Nature to My Needle by The Blue Flower. And where is the cover sheet? I'm gonna rip it. Oh, this one is so pretty. I feel like I don't see tons of people stitching this. Oh, it's very glossy. There it is. It just says, I count not my day complete till needle, thread, and fabric meet. And it just has some really cool little animals around it. But I love these neutral colors. I think that's kind of what I liked most about it. I don't even have my DMCs on floss rings for this because I have a kind of a small start. I'm doing this on a 36 count Snowy Pine from Color and Cotton. This is a deceptively big pattern, but I just got some letters done. So, till needle, thread, and fabric meet. I have completed in just one beautiful green color. So, that's what I have. I would actually like to stitch some of the flora and fauna on this. Yeah, I love that one. Next I have I participated in another sale. This was Katie the Novel Stitcher started this sale, and it was called the Best Bunny Sale, and she just said to start something with a bunny on it. So I chose from Lindy Stitches. Which way does this go? Lindy Stitches. This is the Bunny Trio, I think it's called. Look how cute those are. I believe that this is on a piece of Vintage Country Mocha. I just have a scrap, and the bunnies are all in white, and then there's some really bright accent colors, excuse me. And I got a very pitiful start on this. I just have the outline of one of the bunnies. So I'm doing this little bunny that's kind of running or hopping or leaping. So I have the outline of the bunny, but look at my colors that I have pulled for the rest of it. It's like really springy, fun colors. There's like a watermelon, kind of a pumpkin-y color, and then a light green and a white. Aren't those great? So that would take like a day of stitching. Come spring, maybe I can get a little small done. That would be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna do them all. We'll see. I think that Hannah from Microbiologist Makes has all of them done, and they are sure cute. All right, next is my focus piece for January, so you'll be seeing this again soon. But this is Charlotte Griffith by Little Robin Designs. And it's a gorgeous kind of little sampler, a reproduction. Gosh, 8 years old, stitching that, can you believe it? I think about my kids at school, and I just can't imagine anyone being that disciplined. I have a good start on this one. Let me see what percentage I am. Gosh, this is beautiful. I am 45% done with this, and that is just with the border complete. That is 45% of the pattern right there. So my plan is to finish this in January. Kind of a lofty goal, but I think I can absolutely do it. This is on a beautiful piece of brown sugar linen from Fiber on a Whim. It's a 40 count. I am using the called for threads, which is a mix of Weeks, Gentle Arts. Look at those gorgeous colors. So yeah, love that one. Can't wait to finish that in January. Let's manifest. I am manifesting a finish. I can do it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bag from Como Stitches. There's Como Stitches. Look at this bag. Oh my gosh. Look at that stag. And these bright florals. Is it Jess? Jess from Como Stitches? Oh, I'm gonna feel bad if that's wrong. Love Como Stitches. Como Stitches releases bags, I think, every week, which is really fun because they're usually kind of seasonal. All right, next up in April of 2023, I participate in the Stars Hollow seasonal patterns from, why can't I ever remember their name? Black Needle Society, my goodness. And I have summer and fall. Oh, here's the pattern of what spring looks like. And I have the summer and fall ones complete, and I'm doing this all as one. So you can see I've got autumn right here, summer here, and then spring. I have the most piddly starts. It is the other half of the guitar. And then I just have, do I have a little Easter egg and some backgrounds? Yeah. I need to finish this before the end of March because that is when winter is coming out. So winter will go on this side right here, and then it will just be a beautiful, oh my gosh, a beautiful long seasonal Gilmore Girls themed series, which is so fun because I'm a total Gilmore Girl. And this is just on a piece of 40 count antique white, And I'm using all of the called for colors, which is a mix of Fancy Floss and DMC. That's a beautiful one. That's so fun. Oh, and this was one of the bags from the retreat. So for Black Needle Society, you get, if you want to participate in the retreat, you buy like a box, like a kind of a lifestyle stitchy box that comes with the pattern and then a bunch of other like stitchy and fun things. And this was in the bag, or the box. So it says Anomnia Paratus, has Logan and Rory. I'm Team Logan, you guys. I know it's not a popular choice, but I am. Oh, the next one is one that I need to get back to. This bag is from Wildberry Stitching. Oh my gosh, go check out Wildberry Stitching. Some gorgeous, gorgeous bags. This bag is just like, it's just made so, so well. This patchwork quilted bag. And then look at the little bees. Wow. And this is holding a really wonderful project. It is the Visitor from Blackberry Rabbit. I started this in April of this year. It is gorgeous. I believe that Laura from Lala D Stitches is stitching this. And who else is stitching it? They started a sale together. Is it Lost in Stitches? Oh, I can't remember. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correction. But I am using a Vicky Clayton silk pack for this. Look at this huge ring. This calls for a lot of colors, but I could just like sit here and stroke these all day. They're stunning. They're so, again, if you haven't used Vicky Clayton silks, just do yourself a favor. She has so many projects kitted up. Oh, I love it. Let's see, I don't even know which direction this goes in. I don't have a very big start. This is on a gorgeous piece of truffle linen from Picture This Plus. It is a 40 count. Like I said, I'm using the Vicky Clayton silks. You can barely see my start. There is the middle of the beehive, and then I have, it's like very light gold colors. I don't know if you can even see that. I do not have a lot done. Oh, but it's so soft. Next up, I have Dreaming of Mums from Rosewood Manor, which is so beautiful. In my same box, I have Dreaming of Tulips, which I haven't started yet, but one day I will. But look at these like gorgeous, oh, it just is like summer in a photo. I love like the golds in this project. This is All Weeks Dye Works, and they are gorgeous colors. Look at that. This is in a patchwork crossing bag. This is my favorite patchwork crossing bag actually that I own. And I am doing this piece on a 40 count Renaissance by Color and Cotton. And here is what I have. Just one little corner motif. The colors are coming across very nicely on this. Love that one. I think this is on my WIP Go board, but I'd love to give this some work because these colors are just, they're pretty amazing. All right, then my next WIP is Wildflowers from Kathy Barrick. I'll put a photo right here. I started this in the summertime, let's see, in June with Erin from Erin Makes over on Instagram. And I am using all of the called for materials. So this is 40 count Seaweed from Fox and Rabbit, which is a really fun color. I don't have a ton done though. So it's like this gorgeous, like mossy green, kind of like murky color. And that's my little start. It's one little leaf. This is gonna be gorgeous. So look at like these light colors. It's just DMC. Look how shiny they look though right now. but on this fabric, it's gonna be fabulous. So Erin, I don't know how much you have done, but I have a very pitiful start. This is in a beautiful Fern and Gilly bag. So bright. Little lemons. My next start is my first full coverage. So I'm sure if you were on Instagram this summer, you probably saw the Woman in a Field from Stitches So Beautiful. It really went around. A lot of people got pretty inspired to start it. And I went ahead and decided I wanted to try a full coverage. I've got all of my DMC here. These are on Adam Hart floss ring or floss drops. They're just acrylic. And I wrote Birdie. Birdie. She's dreaming, I think. But I just write the DMC numbers on with a permanent marker, like a Sharpie. And they do come off with rubbing alcohol. So anyway, I have many rings of DMC. And I am using, what am I using for this? I'm using a 25 count Easy Grid Lugana. Just looks like this. And I believe I put one length of floss in. You guys. I really was so excited to work on this. And then here's what I have. Here's what I have right there. It's one length of blue floss. So I just never got any dedicated time for this. So this year I would love to get a chunk done and just try my hand at full coverage because I don't quite know how it's gonna go. I don't have a technique that I'm gonna use yet. I need to do some more research. So this is in a huge bag and I have no idea who the designer of this is, but it's such thick fabric. It feels like something you would cover a couch in. It is I don't know, but it's huge and beautiful and perfect for a full coverage. All right, in July, I did Christmas in July. So I started several Christmas pieces and I did work on this a little bit this past month, but this is from the Home for the Holidays Blackbird Designs book. And I am doing 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs, which is this really sweet little cardinal with this French saying and beautiful holly berries. I love it. I love it, I love it. I started this with Bridget, the museum stitcher, for Christmas in July. I saw that she had it and she said she wanted to start it. So we started it. Oh gosh, I hope my needle isn't lost. That's the thing about WIP parades, right? Anyway, I am doing this on a 40 count Blue Moon from Color and Cotton, and I chose my own colors for this one. Oh, I found my needle. It's on my project. It is on my project. So let me just get a good angle on this. But here is what I have. Oh my gosh, I should have put this on my board. So sorry. But there's where I am. So I have a good chunk of this one done. This is showing up very nicely. I love the color. And let's see, the red that I'm using is a Color and Cotton, and it is dark rose. And here are the colors that I picked. I think they're turning out really, really nicely. I love the greens. So yeah, I have a really nice start on this. This, I think, needs to be done by next holiday season. So, 'Tis the Season by Blackbird. Gotta love a Blackbird, right? This book has so many beautiful things. It has Christmas Garden in it, which I know many people are working on, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous chart. So, and then it has some really cute stockings, but highly recommend any of the Blackbird Designs books. They're just good to have to pull from. And then my next start, I also started this in July for Christmas in July. I'm wrong. I started this in August. Let's see. I'll put a picture of it right here because I can't seem to find it. This is Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. I feel like a lot of people are working on this one right now. Probably because it's so gorgeous. I think I first saw Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, working on this. But I am doing this on a 40 count fox run from Color and Cotton. And this is what I have. I just have I have the part of the fence and then just an urn that's next to the house. So the house goes over here. So I have a very small start. I think I worked on this for maybe a day. I am switching up the colors a little bit on this one. I couldn't exactly tell you, but I kept it's very true to like the photo. But a few of the colors just didn't really seem right. So I just did 1 or 2 swaps with some Gentle Arts. And then I believe it was a few days later that I decided I can't just start one Hollyberry Farm. I've got to start another. So I started Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. And here is a photo. And again, this is from Stacy Nash Primitives. I don't know if I said that. But there's the Halloween house. And I know I changed some of the colors on this one. But I am doing this on a 40 count cobblestone from Color and Cotton. And I believe I have a crazy small start on this. Yes, I do. I have 1 flower in the border done. There it is. There's my little flower. I am changing most of the colors on this one. I think I have the called for and my new ones on here, so I can't even remember. I think Carriage Black is called for most of the flowers, which looks tan, or not tan, looks gray. So I think I changed it to Fathom, which is actually like a navy. Really dark navy, but it looks black to me. But it has kind of like that shiny navy hue. Anyway, and then I think I swapped out parchment for chalk, maybe? I can't remember. Once I actually like put some progress into this one, I'll give you more details. But look at this linen, isn't it perfect for Halloween? Look at my lone flower there. Next up, I have this really beautiful bag from Fern and Gilly. It's a very pretty little spring bag with umbrellas and raindrops on it. Let's see. So this I started late August of this year. This is from Stitches Through the Years, and it's called the Hope Sampler. And I absolutely love, 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 love this. Did I see somebody stitching this? I don't even remember how I found out about it. I think I just saw it on Instagram and immediately, I love that poem, that Emily Dickinson poem. And I just thought this was a beautiful, beautiful sampler. So I'm doing this on a piece of, I think this is a fabric flare. Yeah, it's ivory, 36 count ivory even weave. And here's what I have done. I am using the called for threads, which are beautiful like browns and purples. And that's what I have. I would really love, I think this is a focus piece for me. I don't love stitching on even weave, but I think this actually works for this piece. So that's what I got on the Hope Sampler. Oh, and I haven't been saying, but on 36 counts, I almost always stitch 1 over 2. That's just how I like to stitch. I know a lot of people like to use 2 strands on 36 count, but I don't really mind the more, I don't mind the coverage. I kind of like the look of like something a little more sparse on a lot of, especially on samplers. Let's see, and then I have another really sweet little sampler that I started in September with Bridge and the Museum Stitcher and Lindsay of Cat Fur and Cross Stitch. Lindsay, I miss you. I haven't seen a video from you in a while. But we started the Pink Sparrow sampler. So beautiful. This is from With Thy Needle and Thread, right? Is it? I'm almost positive it is. Why doesn't it have the designer on the front? Huh. It's gotta be. Yeah. But isn't it beautiful? And this is a smaller sampler as well. It is 137 by 169. And I kitted this up on my own. I mean, I had my own conversion. What am I doing here? Oh my gosh, and I am using a gorgeous piece of linen. I'm using Albarium from Cedar River Linens. It is a 40 count. It is stunning. Well, that's what I have. Very small little start. You can't see this peachy flower, so I'm gonna change that. I realized that on this like super bright white, this peach, which one is it? I think I used a DMC. I was looking for like a really light peachy color. I have kind of like a different orange birdie, but this is the peach color and I need to change it. So I'm early enough in where I can just take that out, but I love my conversion. It's more of a pastel-y conversion of it, but can't wait to get some progress on that this year. I think Bridgen is like, she's got to be halfway done with hers. It is stunning. This is in another patchwork crossing bag. Sunflowers. It's very pretty. All right, next up is a bag that I made. This is my second attempt at a bag, and it's just as bad as my first attempt. Again, it's so flimsy. I didn't use like the right kind of interfacing. It's just a really bad bag. It's too small, but it's functional. This is a special piece. This is the birth sampler that I am making for my new baby nephew that was born in July. I started this in September. And here's the pattern that I'm doing. It is Moon by Tiny Modernist. Is it Moon? No, Moon Bell Pull by Tiny Modernist. And I actually think I might restart this. I'll show you what I have. I'm doing this on a 16 count black Aida, and I just don't love the fabric. Oh, but it looks cool. I don't know. Aida sometimes bothers me because I don't like how you can see the holes so like prominently. But gosh, when you bring it back here, you really can't. I have a very small start on this one. So this chart is long, as you can see, and it has the phases of the moon and then some beautiful pine trees. My brother and sister-in-law, like that is right up their alley. And so I am planning to write my nephew's name on the full moon, and then his birthday in like the one above, and his birth weight on the one below. So that will be a little bit of charting out some letters to fit in, but I think it'll be really, really cool. So we'll see. Also, I put this in a Q-snap and didn't put any felt down because I usually put felt between my fabric, and I don't know if you can even see, there's like a streak of white on the black fabric from the Q-snap, and it's super annoying. It will likely be cut out, so it didn't like ruin the actual project. You can see it on the top too. That was a bummer. So always put felt, you can kind of see here. Always put felt between your fabric and your Q-snap. I highly recommend. I've also ripped fabric before trying to get a Q-snap off. So this just calls for 4 strands of DMC, a black, a gray, and a white. I think 2 grays, a black and a white. So I would love to finish this by my nephew's first birthday. So I gotta get going. I gotta get going on that. All right, my next project is my back to school start for this year. So I started this in September. This project is in another Wildberry stitching bag. Look at that gorgeous summer bag. It's so bright and fun. Another quilted front. And my back to school choice was Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Sorry if you can't really see this very well. Hey bird, can you please stop doing that? Here's a bigger photo of it. Gosh, this book is just like, it's a massive book. The charts on Hands Across the Sea Samplers are so nice, so easy to read. But this is a big guy. This is 433 by 449, so it definitely fits the BAP big ass project description. I got the Vicky Clayton Silk Pack. Have not put these on floss drops, but they're all just in this little cute little pencil case. They're stunning. And I am doing this project on a 40 count truffle by Picture This Plus. Here's what truffle looks like. It looks more beige. It is definitely more pink in person. It's like a bright pink. And I have the smallest little start on this. This is what I have. I think I put 2 strands of thread in. I did a top center start to make sure that I had enough, because I knew I had enough, because I think this is a half yard? I think so. I knew I had enough like top to bottom, but I just wanted to make sure that I started in the right place. So I do a top center start, and that's what I have. It's very small. Gotta get back to that because this project is just, it looks like so much fun to stitch. So that is Elizabeth Weston. All right, and then at the end of September, I put a few stitches in on the winter salt box from Plum Street Samplers. This is part of the Salt Shaker series. I am doing a stitch along with Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, and Jessica from Sweetwater Stitches. And every season, we have been starting these little salt boxes. And when I did my autumn salt box, I put in the first few stitches for winter, which is just the border. So that's what I did for winter, and I need to go ahead and get started because this is the last one I'm gonna do. So there are my cute little houses. I love these little salt boxes. They would be such cute little pillows too if you wanted to just stitch one at a time. But those look great. This is on a 40 count bramble. Is it bramble? I think it's bramble. I don't have this written down for some reason. But Picture This Plus. And it is stunning. I'm using all the called for flosses on these, which is a mix, of course, of Weeks and Classic Colorworks and Gentle Art. So let's get winter in, and then this will be a finish. I will for sure do that in the next few months. All right, I'm back. You can tell I'm in a different outfit. It's a different day. It just got too dark before. So we're gonna continue on with the WIP Parade. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd. And yeah, it's great to be back. I believe we were somewhere in the vicinity of 32-ish. So we're just gonna keep rolling, okay? I know this is a long video. So now we are starting my birthday starts and then my 12 by 12. So I'm just gonna warn everyone, the next several, or more than a several, WIPs just don't have a ton of progress. So I get it if you just wanna take off, but I have progress nonetheless. So this was my first birthday start. I did 8 birthday starts for my 38th birthday. And the woodpecker from Cottage Garden Samplings was one of them. I'm doing this with several people. Marjorie and Bridgen were going to be starting this, and when I heard that, I said, hey, I have this kitted too and I'm gonna start it. And they very kindly pushed their start back to my birthday. So that was so sweet of those ladies. And then Megan, the One-Eyed Stitcher, also started the woodpecker. I believe oh no, because we have the same birthday. It's all coming back to me now. So we started this together. So I think every single one of those lovely, lovely people have a bigger start than I do. But that's okay, it's not a race, right? I just put a little bit into the wing. So I have a teeny tiny start. This is on 40 count hot cocoa from Bestitch Me. This is my first time stitching on Bestitch Me fabric, I'm pretty sure, and it is just beautiful. Look at how gorgeous this modeling is. Isn't it pretty? It's just a really pretty brownish gold. But yeah, that is the woodpecker. I have plans to stitch all of the animals in this series, in the Year in the Woods series. And I'm going to be putting 3 animals on the same piece of fabric. So the woodpecker will go in the middle, and then I think in the fall series, there's the beaver and the bat will go on either side. So that'll be so cute. And this is my first Year in the Woods animal, but I do have them all kitted. So that is the woodpecker. The woodpecker is in a beautiful sunflower bag from Patchwork Crossing. Just wanted to apologize for any background noise that you hear. Birdie is chewing on a bone. She's being such a good girl, but you might be able to hear it. So I'm sorry about that, but I don't have the heart to kick her out of this room. All right, my next start was, let's see, I started this on, I think on the 10th. Nope, on the 13th of November. So this is Winter Wonderlands from Blackbird Designs. So cute. This is an out of print chart, but I got my hands on it a few years ago. So it's really, really pretty. Abby Bella Stitch started this along with me. I believe she also has a fall birthday. And here's where I got. So I got a little bit more done on this one than some of the others. I did put my initials on the door, so that was kind of fun, but I just have the frame of the house completed. This is on a 40 count boardwalk by Color and Cotton, and I am using a DMC conversion that was provided in the chart. I think it's called for Gentle Arts and Weeks, but I just did the DMC conversion and I think it looks great. And this one is in a super cute, it's not themed matched at all, but in a super cute Ferngully bag with these ladies sunbathing. That's a cute one. On November 15th, I started Coffee Quaker, the Magical Elixir series part 2 from Heartstring Samplery, which is such a really, I've been wanting to stitch this for years. So cute. I'm a big coffee drinker. This says first I drink the coffee, then I do the things, which I love. And this is where I got with my day of progress. First I drink the coffee and a little bit of a motif. I love this fabric that I'm doing this on, and it is a 32 count. It is a 32 count. I have this written down as 32, but then I wrote 36 in question marks, but I'm almost positive this is a 32 count. I'm using 2 strands of floss, but it's a ballet slipper from Fox and Rabbit, this is what I'm doing Consider the Lilies on, this same hue. And I think it's gonna look great with the palette. I'm using the called for colors, which is mostly Gentle Arts. I think maybe all Gentle Arts, but it's a mix of browns, and then there is a pop of red and green in there as well. But it's just a really cute little Quaker. So And this bag that Coffee Quaker is in a really cool bag. This is from Fern and Gilly, and I think it's meant to like hold like a book, because it's like a long and tall bag, but I think it's so cute and it works perfectly for a small project. My next WIP is Come to the Garden from Teresa Kogut. I started this on November 18th, and I started this with Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher. And this is the bag that I have this housed in, another patchwork crossing bag, which is so pretty. I believe this is some blackbird fabric, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember. But this is what Come to the Garden looks like. This is very glossy, but it's stunning. I love the reds in this, the red colors. It's a mix of DMC and Weeks and Gentle Arts, but I am using all of the called for colors. And here is what I have. This is on a 40 count colonial parchment from Fabrics by Stephanie, which is the called for fabric. When I kitted this up years ago, I didn't have a huge fabric stash, so I often bought the called for fabrics, but so yeah, I did a middle start for this one. So I'll just show you where I am. Right in the middle there, I'd have this kind of center geometric floral motif almost done, but I think that's a good start. So I'm sure Lauren is much farther than me, but it's not a race, like I said. It's just fun to start things with people. Commiserate along the way if it's a big project, right? My next project is in another patchwork crossing bag, and this has got to be one of my favorites as well. It's just pumpkins, but I love the blue pumpkins especially. So that's that, and this is housing the Blue Flowers Autumn Bee, which I believe came out this fall to the public. I know it was a exclusive release a year ago, but it came out this year, and I snatched it up because that is so pretty, and I love the colors. So I am doing this. Ooh, I was looking for this. This is just like a floss holder. Well, maybe I was gonna put all the floss on it because I haven't kitted it up yet. Or haven't put the floss on rings yet. But here is what I have. Smaller start, but I think it looks really pretty. So this is on a 36 count dried violet. It's a really beautiful purple color from Color & Cotton. And I think I'm doing this 2/2. This was a more open 36 count. So isn't that so pretty? It's actually showing up relatively nicely. Purples always photograph poorly, but this looks okay. So it looks kind of true. It's a little brighter in person, but got those really pretty flowers. So that is gonna be a fun one to work on. It's just, the colors are so great. Right, next up, I started a study in pink from the Artsy Housewife. I'll put a picture right here. This is a really beautiful charts, and I know that Gigi from the Artsy Housewife has put a few more of these moths. She's released a few different kinds, but I really like this one. I don't have a ton. I just have the middle of the butterfly. So just kind of like a brown little caterpillar-y little guy. This is on a 36 count aged paper from Color & Cotton. Shocker. And the threads are gorgeous. I got the called for fancy flosses, which are Weeks and Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts, of course. A lot of pinks, a lot of browns, some grays. It's gonna be great. So that's a study in pink. And I have this in a Como Stitches bag, and it's so fitting. On November 25th, I started Peppermint Lane from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. This is a series, are there 12 or 9? I want to say there's 9 houses, but they're all Christmas themed. So this is from, like I said, Peppermint Lane, and this one that I'm starting with is the Cranberry House, and it's so pretty. And I just got a little start on the roof line. I'm doing this on a 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. I had a half yard of this, and since I'm putting all of the houses on one piece of fabric, I needed something big, but that is what I have. These threads are stunning. I'm using all the called for weeks, and they're just great, like pinks and neutrals for Christmas. And I am excited. I really want to get some good progress on this. Initially, I was kind of thinking I would do kind of how I did my dollhouse last year, like do one house a month. Oh, so there must be 12. I thought maybe I'd do like one house every month and have a finish by next year for the holidays. But these houses are actually, they're just kind of big. And I'm not quite sure, I mean, they're not big. Each pattern is 97 by 87, but there's just a lot of stitching in those little houses, a lot of color changes. And so I'm just not sure if that's a realistic goal. Maybe I'll do one every other month. That would be maybe more doable. And then my last start for November, I started this on 11/26. I started The Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread, which is a companion piece to Winter Rose Manor. So this just came out this fall, and I love this pattern so much. I'm doing it on a gorgeous piece of hog bristle. Yeah, what a weird name. Hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit. Let me just show you the linen though, because it's really, really pretty. It's a beautiful neutral, some light modeling. And I just got this vine, or like stem, completed, which is right next to the house. So I have that completed. Just kind of did a center start, and the colors in this are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I have a mix of Weeks and Fancy Floss. I'm sorry, a Weeks and DMC. Wow. And I'm doing this in another beautiful patchwork crossing bag. So those were the birthday starts. Was it necessary for me to start 8 things for my birthday? No. But did I? Yeah. And was it fun? Yes. And that's really what matters, right? All right, next up in this beautiful project bag that I was gifted is Caroline Amelia Trull, another Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. She might be my most popular designer that I have through all of my WIPs. I have a lot of Brenda Gervais. But it's a very beautiful reproduction sampler. Sorry for the glare. Let me get a little closer. It's kind of a weird one, but it's beautiful. But these two characters in the middle kind of crack me up. So that's what we have. Oh, and I was gifted the charts as well by Caroline from Caroline's Stitch Corner. She is so lovely and sent me a nice package in the mail. But I am doing this on a gorgeous piece of Sandcastle linen, 40 count from Color and Cotton. And here's what I have. I have a nice start. I've got a Christmas, I said this in my last video. It's not a Christmas tree, it's just a pine tree. And sort of a flower and a little bit of the top border. And here are the called for threads, which are very beautiful. And I think will look gorgeous on this linen. Caroline also made me this button needle minder, which is very cute. All right, we're just about to the 12 by 12. I have one more project that I did start. I started this on December 30th, and it is for the Gilmoreisms mystery stitch along that is started on January 1st, but the frame was released in December from Forbidden Fiber Co. I will just put a little picture of the frame and then the first release, which is super cute. But here's what I have. I just started on, this is I think the day 2 or the week 2 frame. So I need to do the week 1 frame so that I can actually do the week 1 chart. I would love to keep up with this. This is gonna be a weekly release. So odds are I won't keep up with it, but if I could just get the chart done, or I'm sorry, the frame done, I think it would be easier because I think each part of it is going to be relatively small. So, but I chose to do this on a 36 count Granny Smith, which is a really pretty green, and I think it's gonna be gorgeous. I did buy the floss pack from Forbidden Fiber Co. And so I think there's 12 different flosses. So that's gonna be nice to have some extra Forbidden Fiber Co. threads. Oh, and I've officially ran out of bags. So now all the rest of my bags are the cheap Amazon ones. But I can't believe, honestly, over the past almost 4 years, how much I have accumulated. I know that is I'm very lucky that I have some disposable income to spend on my hobby. So I recognize that fully. I spend way too much money on cross stitch, but it brings me a lot of joy. I'm single, I don't have any kids, so I'm gonna spend it on cross stitch while I can. All right, so next, I'm gonna just go through my 12 by 12s. And again, they're all gonna be in these little bags, and I only got to work on these for about 45 minutes. So these starts are gonna be even smaller than what you just saw, but that's okay. I will try to get through it, and then I have my New Year New Start, and then we'll be done. So thank you so much for those of you that are still watching. I feel very self-conscious of how long this video is. All right, my first 12 by 12 was Santa Rides, which is by the Prairie Schooler. It's extremely cute. I am choosing to start with this balloon. All of the patterns are very cute. I'm probably only gonna stitch the balloon, but it's so sweet. I am doing this on a piece of 32 count succulent from Color and Cotton, which is a really pretty gray, almost it has a green tone to it. But I just kind of liked the gray for like a gray sky, and I think the brown that I used for the balloon will show up really nice on it. But I just used one color, I used the red, and I have Santa's outfit and his hat completed. So that is my progress on Santa Rides. I realized that I'm doing 2 different charts with balloons on them, which is so interesting. I'll show you my other balloon little mini in just a moment. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, all of my 12 by 12 picks are smalls. So I tried to keep them under 100 by 100 stitches. So my hope is that most of these 12 by 12s will be a finish in the new year, because they are much smaller than all of my other WIPs. So I think the only other small that I have is the little bunny trio. Otherwise, all my other projects are just very large. All right, my next small that I started is from Blackbird Designs, from the And Blossoms as the Rose book. And here is, I think this is the reproduction? No, this is a reproduction chart, but I think this is the stitched one, like the newly stitched one. It's called the Lily of the Valley. And it's so pretty. It has a little bluebird, and that is what I chose to focus on. So here is what I have. I have a little bluebird. That's very difficult to see on this fabric, actually. All of the projects in this book just have a very light and pale kind of palette. And so I did try to emulate that a little bit with my color choices. And this is on a mystery linen from Color & Cotton. I believe it is a 36 count. But that is my little baby start. I should also mention for all of my 12 by 12s that I kitted everything from Stash. So I did not buy any new materials for any of my 12 by 12s. I used my Stash flosses and my Stash fabrics. All right, next up, I have Bittersweet Village from Hello from Liz Matthews, which is a really, really cute one. This is really close to 100 by 100. I think it is, it's 104 wide by 96 tall. And so all I have done is, oh my gosh, this linen is so beautiful. I will tell you what it is in one moment, but here's what I have done. This was at the end of the evening. I have a little bit of the border. I probably have 60 half stitches because I'm counting to go across. But this is on 40 count Coral Canyon from Color & Cotton. It is a really beautiful, kind of has some pink undertones, but mostly it's like kind of yellowy. And I had some of the called for flosses, but otherwise I just kind of grabbed from Stash. And I've got quite the mix. I've got Color & Cotton, Weeks, Classic Colorworks, and some DMC. So that's what I have for Bittersweet Village. My fourth 12 by 12 start was Winter Smalls from Lizzie Kate. And let's see, this is on a 32 count scrap of Vintage Country Mocha, and I am doing the long winter one. I have all of the seasons of this one, and I have the summer pillow complete. They're just like really cute little mini long pillows. They're so tiny. 94 wide by 22 high. So it's just a teeny tiny little thing. And here's what I have. I got the W done in winter. Just one color. My summer small is on Vintage Country Mocha, so I just decided I would put all of them on Vintage Country Mocha just to keep it simple. Right, next, I started the Namaste Mill Hill Spring Bouquet Kit, which is kind of fun. I've had this for a while. I've never done a Mill Hill kit before, and here is what I have done. Sorry, this is really hard to show with perforated paper that you can see through. I just have a little bit of the bottom purpley section of this little ornament, but it sure is cute. I'm excited to do the beading on this because I have never beaded before. Next up, I have the Garden Hare by Tiny Modernist. This is such a sweet little spring pattern. It's 83 wide by 101 tall. And I am doing this on a 28 count ice blue Lugana. And I got one of the flowers completed. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about these margins. This piece has 2 of my new starts on it, and it's a 1/4 yard, so on the back here is my other new start. But I'm just a little, it's gonna be tight. I think it'll fit, but it's gonna be tight. You can kind of see the middle flower right there. So we'll see, and you know, if it doesn't work out, that would be a bummer, but I think it will fit, it'll just be tight. Again, I'm using my own conversion, and they went a little nutty with the colors. They're just very, very bright. So, but a lot of greens, a lot of pinks. This is just such a colorful pattern in general, so I think it's gonna look great. So that is the Garden Hair. And then on the other side of this same 28 count Ice Blue Lugana, I have Love is in the Air from Forbidden Fiber Co., which is a very sweet little Valentine small. And I just got a very small start on the bottom of that balloon. So, Love is in the Air. This only has 4 colors. So yes, again, I chose my own. Right, next I have Eliza's French Birds from JBW Designs. Very, very pretty pattern. A lot of people worked on this this past year, and it's a really sweet little mini sampler from 1849. And I am doing this on a 40 count maple sugar linen from Lakeside, and I got the start of a leaf. So I love this beautiful linen. I think I got this, oh, I got this from 123 Stitch. They randomly had some Lakeside in stock, so that was great. Next up, I have the Cuckoo Bird Sampler from Hands On Designs, which is adorable. It's gonna be a really cute little pillow. Let's see, this project is on, I had a piece of Ada. I bought a hand-dyed piece of Ada a while back from, where is this from? Bestitch Me. And it's really cool. Look at that. So it's, did I say what count? A 20 count. So it's a 20 count Ada, and I just started on the alphabet. So I think the U was a center start, and then I just went up. So you can see, I think this is gonna be so quick. But yeah, I think it's gonna look great. I'm just using one, I think it's a Color and Cotton. I'm using Marsh from Color and Cotton on that, and that'll be a fun little weekend project whenever I need like a finish relatively quick. I think this will be a good one. And then I can make a really cute little pillow. And it's kind of trippy to stitch on Ada after you've only stitched on linen for the longest time, but also it's kind of fun. So I enjoyed doing something a little bit different than what I usually do. This is We Santa 2022 from Hands On Design. And I know most people have probably seen this one. It's so, so cute. Love the Santa in his pink jacket. It looks awesome. This came with a little bead pack. So there are a few beads on this. And I think I'm just doing this on a piece of 40 count mocha. And here's what I have. I did his little hat or his hood, and then outlined what is going to be his face and beard. So it looks like a little Crayola crayon right now. But I just did that. And I chose my own colors again for this one. And for the pink coats, I'm using Carrie Berry from Classic Colorworks. And I think that's gonna look really beautiful. I have some fun pinks in my palette here. So, yay. All right, my last little small is the Literary Love Notes from Little Robin Designs. This is the 2nd volume. And I'm working on the I Love You from Pride and Prejudice. But the other ones are beautiful too. I want to do all of these. Let's see, this is on a piece of 40 count Ophelia linen from Color and Cotton, and I'm using some pink threads from Color and Cotton for this first I Love You. Here's what I have, and I am using this really bright pink zinnia, which is gonna be so pretty. So I'm just gonna make each pillow a different pink, and then I'll have some cute little smalls to put out for Valentine's Day. So I'm really happy with this start. This is gonna go so fast. This was just, you know, an hour of stitching. So this linen is kind of perfect. I love it. I want some more of it, actually. Yeah, Ophelia. This was a March 2022 Fabric Club pick. I don't know if this is in the regular lineup for Color and Cotton, but maybe I should take a look. So this is technically my New Year New Start for 2024. I was meant to start this at midnight for my 12 by 12. I did not make it to midnight. So I started this at about 10. And I only put a few stitches in, but then I got it out the next day and I got it out a little bit yesterday. So I have a couple of days of stitching on this and I'm in love. I'm really, really in love. So this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. Here is a photo of that. I'm sure many of you have seen this. There are so many people that have finished and or are working on this. I was talking on Instagram with Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher, and Erin from Erin Makes on Instagram, and both of them also made this their New Year New Start. We're all using very different flosses and fabrics, and that's going to be part of the fun to see everyone's. So if you have been watching my channel, you know over the past couple of months I've struggled to choose my materials, but I finally chose my floss color, which is a beautiful hank of purple silk from Silks For You. I'll put the number of this silk right here because I think that you can still order it, but it's really pretty. It's like a violet color. It's so shiny and soft, beautiful to work with. And then I had chosen to do this on Bramble from Picture This Plus. Well, I was going through my stash when I was kitting up all my 12 by 12s, and I forgot totally that I had a half yard piece of 36 count Hearth by Color and Cotton, and I've had it in my stash for a few years. I don't really remember why I bought it. I think I bought it for a large project and then I ended up using something else. But when I saw this fabric, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Now that I'm using this purple, I'm gonna do kind of a tonal Pandemic and do a purpley fabric with the purple thread. So I know purple never shows up very well, but let's see. It looks very gray, but I think you can kind of see the purple. It's much more like lilac colored in person. Anyway, these are my materials. I'm just gonna lift the back up because I feel like it's showing through a little bit. Okay, so here's what I have. Here's my start on Pandemic. I did a center top start. I just wanted to make sure that I have equal margins on both sides. I know I have enough length, but the width is going to be a smidgen tight, but it's going to fit. But yeah, that's what I have. So I am in the process of working on this. I have a half yard piece of fabric, and it's going so nicely. I think I am almost at 1%. I think I have like 450 stitches. And it is so fun to work on already. I'm using Pattern Keeper, of course, and I can't wait to get some progress on this in 2024. All right, you guys, we've been on a journey together. I appreciate you so much if you've stuck around and watched this entire WIP Parade. I feel like I don't know, I've broken this up into pieces, so I'm not sure how long this will actually be, but with 52 WIPs, you just have to kind of expect it's gonna be a longer video. So if you stuck around, I hope you got some quality stitchy time in and you got some good progress on whatever you're working on. If you're working on any of the WIPs that I have in my collection, comment down below, let me know what similarities we have, what you are stitching. And again, if you have any questions, if I didn't say a material or a fabric name or anything like that, just send me an email or comment down below. I will do my best to answer any questions. So thank you. Thank you for watching all of my WIPs. It's really fun to see them all like in a big group together. I know I have a lot. I would like to get my WIP list down a little bit this year, but it's really fun to be able to choose from so many things that I really love. So I feel like I have a really good variety. I have a good mix of designers and counts of fabric and types of stitching. Yeah, I have a good mix. So I'm happy with my WIP count, even though it is a little high. That's totally all right with me. So thank you so much for watching. I know there's a lot of WIP parades to choose from and a lot of stitchy content right now. So I appreciate your time. Take care and happy stitching in 2024. I think it's gonna be a really good year.